So we're going to be talking about our 3 favorite boots in our collection this week, which was an obscenely difficult task, which was set by Andrew. This was Andrew's idea, and I hate him for it. It was so difficult to pick.
Gotta have your 3.
3. So I went definitely down a route of like from a collector's point of view rather than a like boots I would wear point of view. Because I was finding it too hard, to be honest. But now the thumbnail should be fine. The title should be there. We are live. People are here. So I can do no more.
Nice.
So I've rambled for a whole minute and a half. Andrew, how you doing, man?
Yesterday was my nightmare day. I guess I gotta get this. So I had a lot of people ask me to pick up the Morelia DNA for them. Website crashes, getting boots yanked from my cart right as I went to click order.
Oh yeah, you had a disaster trying to get all of them. Like they all disappeared.
Yep. So and then right after this, I've got to drive down to my local because somebody wants a pair of the regular non-beta Neo, and my local has like 6 pairs.
Okay, so you might have some success there.
Yeah, so we'll see, but not the DNA.
No, DNA just disappeared everywhere.
Oh yeah. It's some guy in my Facebook group was like, "Oh, I got 4 pairs."
Saw this.
I was like, "How?" And he was like, "Oh, you just gotta have a plug in Japan." I was like, "I live in Japan. How?"
Yeah.
It's like, you gotta be tight with someone at Mizuno. It's like, I know you're not tight with somebody at Mizuno.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then another guy's like, "Oh, there's plenty of pairs here," and it's like, well, not all of us live in Tokyo, dude.
Yeah.
So.
Oh dear. Well,
yeah,
but
they're already selling for more than double the retail on resale sites. Some people are asking for like 1,000 euros already.
Or bloody hell.
And people are paying double retail. They're selling.
My word. That is rough.
Nobody learns.
Nobody does learn. Speaking of Mizuno's,
not learning.
not that. Speaking of Mizuno's, I believe we both got something this week to kick off. What are we wearing this week? Did you get yours last week?
I got mine last week, but I actually started wearing them. Amazing!
Yay! So mine arrived today.
Yay!
So my not today, day before. So so Alpha 2 in the launch colorway. Big shout out to Tokyo Football.
Yes. Big shout out to Tokyo Football for both of us. Yeah.
And also the DNA. If you want the DNA, Tokyo Football have the DNA, so check them out as well for that.
They do.
Yes. So early thoughts. I was out in these today, and I like the touch on the ball. I think it's really sharp. It's really direct. I really like that.
Yep.
I like it more than the previous generation. I also like the stability more than the previous generation. I think it's more stable. I think the lateral, like when you make big cuts, feels a lot nicer. It does have 2 issues, one of which is actually a fairly big issue, which is the volume through the toe. Like,
it's too much?
So
you are the only person who's going to complain about that, man.
You reckon?
Everybody else I've talked to, it's been the opposite. They're
all
the
like
volume.
Love the volume. So right. I don't have a problem with it through like the big toe just here. This is fine. Like there's a little bit of it. I can't go down. If I'd have gone down the half size, it would have been. I think it would have been a problem for me.
Yeah.
I'd have crushed my toes. So I'm happy I went with the USA. On the toe, the big toe, fine. Over the top here of all my other toes, that like there's just too much volume through here. Like I like the new shape, but I want that to just come down a little bit. Like it's just I don't like that personally. And I do agree with you, despite originally thinking otherwise. It is a little stiff out of the box, or a little stiffer out of the box than I was anticipating.
Oh. Andrew's saying J Mike didn't like it either.
Okay, so J Mike also,
Right,
what was
okay.
that? The volume, I assume you mean.
So it's you and J Mike.
Me and J Mike apparently.
Not bad company to be in.
No, not at all. But I do still really like them.
Yeah.
Here's where I am with it. Very much my first thought is, if you're gonna buy an Alpha, just go and buy the Alpha 1 while there's still sizes and they're on sale.
Yep.
That's the simple thing to do. Get the Alpha 1. This is a great boot, but it's not so much better than an Alpha 1 that you need to go and spend the money on this.
Yeah.
Like,
buy
yourself an Alpha
Tokyo
1.
still has some Alpha 1s in stock.
He definitely does. He definitely does. So go check out the Alpha 1.
So we're doing this plug with Lazar, but go check out Tokyo Football. Go get the Alpha 1 from him. His prices are way cheaper than overseas anyways. So go through him. Get the Alpha 1.
That's probably my thought process. And then from like an overarching point of view, I'm always thinking about, what's going to be coming up, like boot of the year and things like that. I just don't think this is going to be in the conversation because it's too similar to the one without being like, it's caused as many new problems as it's fixed. And I just don't think there's enough of a leap forwards for it to be like, oh yeah, this is going to be kind of like a boot of the year type thing. I really like it. It's a really good football boot.
Yeah, it's really, really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
I have my own issues with this. So
what are your thoughts?
One of the great things, adding, like, I know Colby on the Bootcast, go watch their stuff, please, was talking about he only wanted some zero glide liner. He didn't exactly like all of it. But
because it's on the back of the tongue and
yeah, but getting these on feet, like your feet do not move. Like if you want the best lockdown and your foot to just absolutely be stuck in place, like these are the way to go. I actually like the new shaping. There's like some cool stuff, like, it's a bit rougher on this part and then smoother here.
Yeah.
So you get some nice texturing. Like that's some very clever stuff. But the upper of the original is better. Straight up. Like I think they have taken 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards for me. The first one was somewhat of a miracle given like how much lockdown you had and everything and how soft it still was.
Yeah.
And then they took that softness and said, oh, nobody likes their boots being soft. So the flip side is this is more pingy than the original, but
which is what I really like. But I don't think there's any argument that the Alpha 1 upper, like you say, is probably objectively better. I just really enjoy the pingy touch off this personally.
Yeah, and it's nice to strike a ball in these, and you get This is very much, I would say, this is the most modern interpretation of a classic speed boot.
Yeah, absolutely. It has that old classic style synthetic pingy feel off it.
Yeah. That does not mean this is what speed boots should be now, though.
No, agreed.
Therein lies the problem. So, I mean,
but if you want incredible lockdown,
the lockdown's insane. But I don't know. The Carvo, it's better. I think overall, I didn't mind it being stiffer personally, but it is what it is.
I didn't notice too much of a difference, to be honest with you. Like in them today, like you can tell a difference if you sit here and do this with them. Mm-hmm. But I didn't really notice a difference when I was playing in them today. So I don't really have a problem with that. And when we say like it's not like as soft, it's still it's not like super
really
rigid
or
anything.
Get us wrong. No.
Like it's just it's got to come against a very high bar.
Softer than speed boots of old.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is the first one set such a high bar that the upper on this feels like a step back.
Yeah. I can definitely see that.
And then sorry, last thing.
No, go on.
The laces are garbage.
Right.
This is unacceptable for a boot this expensive, and the fact that Mizuno makes zero glide laces. Why aren't they in these?
I'm glad you said this because I thought that I was being a little bit blinded, right? Because I got my pair of Alpha 1s from you, and you sent me Alpha 1s with the zero glide laces in. So I was like, I thought my like perception of what an Alpha lace should be was being skewed because I was looking at my original alphas and being like, I've just got Zero Glide in these. Like, that's what the big difference is here. Like, they're so good. Because I was looking at these being like, that seems a bit like poor. But I was like, oh, maybe that's what they had. Like, you actually sent me the originals, but I haven't checked. So I'm glad that you said it because I did think it, but I was like, oh, maybe I'm just being skewed by having Zero Glide in my other pair.
It's so weird. It's like all this high-tech stuff and then these crappy older style laces. It makes no like this, even this color seems like they could have done like something rainbow colored or something, but even this color seems like somebody at the factory slapped these on and took out the original laces.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that because it's put my mind at ease that I wasn't just being like skewed by the Zero Glide that you left in.
I mean, these are above 300 pounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like 300 euros. That's unacceptable.
They're 340 euros.
That's absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah. So no, that's
just this, and this is probably part of a greater point by me. Mizuno's prices overseas it's too absurd now. Don't pay their overseas prices. Just don't.
Yeah. Well, even again, go to Tokyo Football.
Buy through Tokyo Football.
I can't guarantee, obviously, what your import charge is going to be from Tokyo Football, but I get asked this question a lot. My import charge on these was 16 euros. So, like I say, I cannot guarantee what you will pay based on your country and various things like that. But my import charge on these was 16 euros. So, like, it makes it well worth it. Still like we've kind of bitched about it a little bit, but a fantastic boot. Couple of elements. Can I recommend it to people? Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
don't spend 340 euros on it.
No.
Buy the Alpha One you get the Alpha One for a couple of $100, even less these days.
Oh, jeez. Tokyo Football's got them for stupid cheap as well. So
so
recommend
that's
these.
the advice.
Get the ones instead though if you can.
Yeah, Jesus Football here saying, swap the laces right away. Like,
Chris's Footy Kicks had a great points about buying the Elite instead of the MIJ.
Yeah, I've watched Chris's video, but I haven't had the Elites yet, and I think Chris is going to be right. I think in the end that's going to be the answer is go get the Elite. So that turned into a Mizuno review, but let's move along.
What else did you do right?
I was going to say, do you have other? What have you been wearing? Because I've actually got quite a lot.
I got to the pitch this week, so that's why the alphas have been played in, and so have these.
Woohoo!
So at my session, I wore the alpha first for a little over an hour.
Okay.
And then switched to these, and that is such a. But yeah, these are ridiculous, man. It's the only thing is if it could be K leather, but like I was the whole time I was doing my testing in these, it was just like, why does the Copa Pure exist? I haven't tried the new Copa Pure 3 and I'll get around to reviewing them and stuff, but why do those exist when these exist?
Yeah. I've not heard a bad word about those Copa icons. Not a single bad word.
I've had a few people say that they've had some durability issues so far, which is strange. I haven't.
Jack has just said that in the chat. He says, I absolutely love the icon too. However, durability doesn't seem to be their strong point on AG.
Which I'm wearing. You can see they're getting blacked by the AG. I'm wearing these on AG, and we play mostly on AG. And my son absolutely loves this colorway. He's like, Daddy, don't sell these. So I guess I'll be holding on to these long term. That wasn't the plan, but they're also
Listen to the kids.
Really fun to play in. This sole plate's fantastic. I will say that, going back to my point, drop the Pure, and then let the Japan team have the Copa.
Yeah.
And just take your hands off.
So again,
let them do what they want.
I think we're saving people a lot of money tonight. So firstly, buy the Alpha One and save yourself maybe a couple €100. And secondly, don't buy the Copa Pure. Go and buy the Copa Icon and save yourself €100.
Yeah.
So Jack says, had a pair replaced under warranty after 4 sessions. Second pair now starting to go after 3. Ouch. That is bad.
Yeah, because
That is bad.
that's wild because like there's been nothing about that over here. And
Weird.
people literally practice on dirt pitches here.
Yeah, that's
If you
the.
want to see what the average practice pitch looks like, go watch 7MLC's video of him in Tokyo.
You sent me
That
this.
yeah, that is the practice pitch for like every high school here and every middle school here. So when you're looking at like hard ground and what they're designing these boots for, they're designing it for that, basically. So it's really weird that if they're not holding up on there, there's no way that they'd be holding up here. But there hasn't been issues.
So weird. So
Yeah.
weird.
I'm not saying there's no issues, and I'm not trying to say like you're
No, of course,
because
it's
you're definitely
yeah.
not. It's just really weird.
Chris Pottle getting very excited about your icons, and Jack, both sole separation right at the front of the boot. However, I absolutely love them. Yeah.
Oh, dang. Yeah, they're so good. Yeah, that's the problem. Is like the pricing, the fit, the feel on the ball, like, and it's so funny. It's like pillowed, but it's not super pillowed. Like the leather isn't overly thick or anything.
Nice.
So.
And it, again, like very, very affordable compared to most other things.
DJ,
Thanks,
they'll
DJ.
break in snow. Yeah.
Excellent. Do you have anything else?
I've started. Okay, so I just got these in, but I have my black pair in the other room, so I got these because I'm stupid. I shouldn't have bought these.
Because you need 3 pairs of the same boot.
Oh, I love the Skidetta.
It is so good. It is so good.
It's really good. So I have started a long-term test on the Scudettas as well.
Nice, so, nice.
Just to kind of look at my thoughts.
So yeah, I have basically a similar amount of stuff come into you actually, and you had a lot this week. So yeah, we got the alphas. They come in. We spoke about that. I had these come in. So I got the regens, which the heel isn't as bad on feet as you would think around the sides, but the heel lockdown is poor. But I think a lot of that just comes down to like, you know, synthetic leather, like flat liner. Like that's just not going to be amazing. And I was wearing grip socks with grips up the heel, like, and I could still feel a little bit of movement in there. The upper is fantastic. The upper is really nice. They've done a fantastic job of reworking the FlyTouch Plus into this particular upper. I'm really impressed with that. I will, however, be interested to know if anybody else who has tried and worn these, who happens to be in the chat or watching this on the catch up in the comments, how you're finding the fit and sizing, because I'm struggling a little bit with these, and I think it could just be a pure my foot thing. So it happens from time to time, right? You get a boot in, and as much as you like, I get on with nearly every boot. Like I will make a boot work one way or the other. Like there's very few boots where I'm like, I can't wear that.
Yeah.
This kind of comes into that category of one of the very few boots where I'm like, actually, I don't think I can wear this, like not long term. So it's through the toe. So you can see there's not a bad amount of volume in here. It definitely runs a little bit shorter than your standard Nike boot. It's my normal size. It's a US 8, UK 7. And they do run a tiny bit shorter, but that's fine because a Nike boot for me usually has a little bit of room in the end if they're across the current lines. But there's something about the shape here and it running shorter that really squeezes in across my toes and pushes down. And it's just, like I say, there's nothing about the shape of this boot that really should be alarming and people should be like concerned about, but it does not work for my foot shape, to the point where I've done a session in them and I think that's all I'm going to do. Like I'm going to do one session, I'm going to put out the review, because people can't really get them anyway. So it's not like I think it's going to be a one session, a one and done kind of job on these.
The US still has every size in stock.
Oh, really? So yeah, I like them. I think the upper's fantastic. Touch on the ball is really nice, but they are a boot that does not work for me. but I'm not slamming the boot for that. I think that's a personal thing.
Yeah.
So
I think
Andrew
people
again.
need to understand that something doesn't work.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
us,
That's
we try to take ourselves out.
exactly. Andrew, they're vapor regen tight for me. Yeah, and do you have a? So this is Footloose boots, and you have a narrower foot as well, don't you?
He has a ski fit.
Yeah, that is interesting. Matt, I would need to buy a pair of the Skidetta. Just wish they're AG. If you hold on, the AG is coming.
It's coming.
The AG is coming. Just hold on. I also got these. So I need to give a big shout. I need to give a big shout out to Puma because they actually sent me these, which is very cool of them. Umbro, sorry, God damn it! No, somebody from Umbro better not be watching this. I've just botched this entirely. So yeah, I got these from Umbro, and first impressions are pretty good. I've had them literally. I threw them on the end of the session today. So I went from alpha to these, but the alpha got nearly 2 hours. And these probably got 10 minutes, just because I was filming for the alpha and stuff like that. So yeah, these narrow. Andrew, you would love the fit. I think they're pretty narrow, and they have no. And I don't mean any of these things is particularly bad at this point. They have very little stretch in them, so to get your foot in isn't that easy because you can see you cannot stretch out
honestly,
that material.
You're just making this sound even better and better for me,
right? But if you start to think about it, that means that you've got a really kind of nice fit once you've got your foot in, where you feel really held in place with a great amount of structure. The kind of the stability through the upper of the boot, the lateral stability is excellent. The upper is a lot of fun. This kind of textile, good amount of texture through it. I love the way they've done the logo. So this is actually in the way that the textile's made.
Really cool.
It's actually in it, which is awesome. Best sole plate they've put on a Velociter for ever. It doesn't bend in the middle. It doesn't have a great amount of responsiveness or snapback. Stud pattern's nice though, and it has enough stability through the midfoot. So it's a really good start. Like I say, it's had about 10 minutes. I need a bit more time with it. But as far it's a good boot. It's going to be a good boot. And like I say, if you have a narrower foot and you want that bit of, you want to feel locked in and stable, these are going to be a good one. And
impossible for me to go.
Yeah. Well, if you might so I have a bit of extra room in these at the 8? End. This is an 8, yeah. So they run a little bit long. So when I've reviewed them, if you want to give them a whirl, I'll send them out. And I also got these. Yay! So this is the Skechers Razor 1.5, obviously used. These were a used one. I got these from pre-owned boots on Instagram, and they did a big relaunch of their website. And when they did that relaunch, they had 5 or 6 pairs of boots at the time that the website relaunched that they sold for £1. So they had these. There was a pair of the Dragon Preds that released up in January. There was 4 or 5 different pairs of top end boots that you could get for £1. And I was like, screw it, we'll give it a go. And I got these, and they arrived this week. So it's the 1.5 Skechers. I didn't see. My logic was, I'm not going to try and get the real premium, the Predator Snake Year of the Snake, because everybody's going to be like, I'm going to go for that. They were also, I think, a size 11, which would have made no sense to me whatsoever. But anyway, they were there, and I was like, so I went on, immediately saw the Skechers. They are half a size big, but I can work with that. Saw the Skechers, I was like, getting those. So yeah, for £1 plus shipping, that's a pretty good pickup. So yeah, that's what I had. I have a question for you in the chat there, Andrew. If you can only buy one new pair this year, the DNA, the Alpha 2, or the X-Fly Pro 3, if you already own all of these, which one would you buy?
X5 Pro 3.
There you go. That was
I
quick
love
and
the
easy.
DNA. The DNA is an art piece. It is fun to play in. Its performance is not the same as the X5 Pro 3.
There we go.
X5 Pro 3. Oh, I have one more pickup. So I
What else
posted
did
this
we get?
last night and nobody gave a damn. So whatever. I'm going to do it on here anyways.
I gave a damn. This is very cool. Tom Huddleston
gave it.
signed match worn as well, is it?
Match worn, yes.
Yeah.
Match worn. Yeah. So first off, huge shout out to Retro Kickoff GB on Instagram, helping me get this. And Tom Huddleston, of course, as well, because he actually was involved. And I got a bunch of training kit as well.
Oh, amazing. That was me. I was just putting the...
Okay. I got a bunch of his training kit as well, which he is a big man, so none of it fits me. But it's still really, really cool to have.
Yeah, he is huge. He is a huge individual.
DJ, I was upset about seeing it because I bought a pair of his boots. He's the same size as me, but missed out. Yeah.
Yeah, so. He is a big man. That's a cool pickup though. That's a cool thing to thing to have.
Yeah, I'm not kind of like the only kits I'll normally collect that are match worn are like people I know. So like I'd still love to have some Noah's. I've got a buddy of mine who played with Noah. There's another guy who plays in Maine. And I've already asked them. Hummel did a long sleeve kit for them this year. They're like Pines FC or something. They're USL. And I was like, mate, you got to get me one of these kits. I'll pay whatever, that type of deal.
Nice. Yes, DJ, he was playing for the Man United under-21s a few years ago. You're absolutely right.
Assistant manager at Birmingham City, and he actually just fully retired as part of that move to Birmingham City.
Yeah, there we go.
So
yeah, by all accounts, from obviously I kind of keep up with obviously what was going on at Man United. By all accounts, he was fantastic there as a coach and as a player.
Yeah, he was really good in the England setup as well now.
Yeah, bright future. You wouldn't want to mess with him anyway.
No, you would not.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so we should move on to what released this week. Now I did this I did this very last minute, so they both have the same file name, so we're just going to click on one and see what comes up. Okay, so it's the Nike pack, which apparently, depending on where you are in the world, has a different name. It officially released here as the Chromatic pack. So that's what we have. We have
the energetic pack is where
okay, so we have Nike seem to not be able to make their mind up.
Here, I'll make it easy. Nobody cares. They look cool,
it's true.
But nobody's going to remember the name of the pack. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about these pack names.
Do you know what I do like? I do like that it's not Ready or Mad.
That's true. That's yeah.
Like, I'm surprised it's not the Mad Chromatic pack or the Chromatic Ready pack or something like this. So I'm pleased to have at least moved away from that. So I think here I think you'll agree with me.
That was a good theme, huh?
Yeah. The absolute standout is the Tiempo.
The Tiempo, which is a shame because that boot is garbage.
I don't hate it nearly as much as you do.
It's garbage. It's crap. It's crap. It's so bad.
I hate the Pro. The Pro is my
I know.
I will die on this hill.
Your white whale. The Pro is the exact opposite of your white whale.
Exactly. Yeah. Whatever that is, oh my god, I hate that boot. And every time I get a comment on my YouTube video, and I know it's on that video, I always like cringe a little bit because I get the notification, and sometimes
it's going to be somebody defending it.
Yeah. So like, to be fair, I got one today where there was a guy who was like fully like so on board with my take, which was a nice change because normally it's somebody trying to defend the defend it, but the comment I get the most but the comment I get the most is like, bro, they're fake. I'm like, move off. Like they're like, I bought them from Nike. They're not fake. Anyway, let's not get into it.
The luck seems good. The luck seems good.
The luck does seem good. That is very true. That is very true. Anyway, we should fire through this. So the Tiempo, I think, is the Tiempo good or great?
It's not great.
Okay, we'd give
Okay,
it good.
you were giving it far too much
I
credit
think
because I
good.
was just gonna put it. Really, I was just gonna put it in meh and the other two in bad.
No,
Yeah.
I would say that the Tiempo is good and the other two are I don't know, like they're kind of all
Okay.
good.
Okay. We'll do that. Let's just.
But let's
through.
go Tiempo good and the other two in meh. Let's do that.
Okay, that's fine.
That
People
seems
are gonna
that
forget
seems
in a
fair.
year that this even existed. So stupid time of year to release it.
And then we got
these
this.
things came out.
So we got another made in Germany
What's up, Bootmaniac?
Predator.
Julio.
Hey, Julio is here. Welcome, Julio.
It's like, oh my gosh, who the hell cares at this point?
Trev Dunphy cares.
Cool. I don't give a damn. I really don't. I'm so Predated out at this point.
Yeah. So
assembled in Germany. Let's get it right.
Yeah, assembled in Germany. That's too damn right. Me and DJ were talking about that earlier. So I think for this, my thought is it just goes in meh because I'm tired of Pred remakes.
Yep. That's
excellent.
Fine.
Done.
Move on. I don't care anymore.
We will move on. We got a question here, and I just want to kind of address it. And so it's Fabo. So what is the best boots overall and for midfielders? So all I'm going to say, we don't want to get too much into it, is that boots by position you don't need to worry about. Whatever position you play, anything like that, you buy the boots that suit you, that fit your feet, that are the best for you. We're never going to endorse boots by position on this podcast. We don't believe in it. It's not a thing. Buy the boots that suit you, fit you the best, and that you're comfortable in. You will play the best in those boots, and that will always be the message. Thanks. DJ, just give us the power swerve and then I'll be happy. So will Andrew.
Why?
Did you see the power swerve mock-up that Chris put up today? Oh,
I've heard some rumors as well. So
but yeah, Chris,
unsubstantiated though. I'd love an Addy Power remake would be nice.
Yes, please. But yeah, Chris Pottle, if you haven't seen it, put up a remake of, or it's like a kind of custom design of the Addy Power today, which looked absolutely not the Addy Power, sorry, the Power Swerve, which looked absolutely fantastic. So go to his account and check it out. It's just there. It's on my story too. But yeah, go check that out. It's really great. So, there was also I don't have a picture of it. There was a Diodora remake this week. The Diodora, was it a match winner Baggio? Yeah.
White and gold,
and it was definitely the best looking boot out of everything that released this week, and it's the one I don't have the picture of.
Go figure.
Great.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, it's fine. Great. Cool. Moving on. So that's that done. So this week's topic is the best 3 boots in our collection, or our favorite 3 boots, I suppose I should say.
Yeah, somebody dropped theirs earlier already too.
Oh, who? So yeah, if you're in the chat, share your top 3.
Footloose boots. Mizuno Wave Cup SS.
Nice.
Tiempo 6 Techcraft. Nice. Tiempo 5 20th edition. Special shout out to the Sterling V6 Jamaica edition. But all these pale to the EUA Shadow Pros.
Yeah, Under Armour Shadow Pro.
So I was waiting for the but actually,
honestly, I thought his top 3 was going to be Under Armour Shadow Pro 3, Shadow Pro 2, Shadow Pro 1.
Shadow Pro 1,
in that order. So this, you'll be pleased to know, Footloose Boots, this is my script for the for the Shadow Pro unboxing video. So that's coming along. This is how much I care. I'm scripting it. I never script my videos. So I'm scripting that. I wouldn't want to...
Showing you that extra love.
Oh, I've killed myself. I'm back.
All right.
I'm back. Okay. So top 3 boots in our collection. Let's roll in. Andrew, what is your... Are you going to do it in order or in no particular order?
I'll do it from 3 to 1.
Yeah, I can do 3 to 1 as well. Yeah. So what's your number 3?
That's got to be these.
Yeah. Oh, that's your number 3. Okay.
It's my number 3.
I was expecting that to be higher.
Okay. The reason why it's not higher is because I haven't played them yet. But yeah, these are, if you haven't seen my reels, or for some reason I've been under a rock as I've ranted about these, ranted and raved about these. These are the Hummel 8.4 PO FTX, signed
What a
by
name.
Richard Koczynski, and they're just amazing. And I only spent 20 euros getting these, and they're beautiful. They're absolutely
They are beautiful.
Yeah, just oh my gosh. But I guess the only thing now is get another pair.
Yeah, I was gonna say get a second pair so you can actually actually use them.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
such a nice boot.
gorgeous. Yeah. Long story short, I've been looking for these for about 18 years. So, which is an insane thing to say at this point. But,
that is crazy.
Yeah. Number 3.
Beautiful.
Easy.
Okay, my number 3. As I say, I definitely went more collection than I did anything that I'm going to play in or use for these. And my number 3, I went with these. So this is
really cool.
So these are the Puma Future 4.1s, which by all is just not a good football boot, but I don't really care. So there's 2 reasons I picked this. One is the whole concept, like the win with a smile Griezmann. So there's a little half a smiley face on this boot, half a smiley face on the other boot, and there is genuinely something about this boot that makes me happy. Like, it actually makes me smile. And if any boot can do that, it deserves to be on this list. Like, it actually makes me happy to look at these football boots. However, not only are these particular boots, these are the Griezmann custom design. Now, these aren't a Griezmann like match repair or anything like that. They're just a custom design that he had on his boots. So the retail pair had a big smiley face just here with win with a smile written underneath it. This has a load of emojis and dates. Each emoji and date corresponds to something important in Griezmann's life. So, for example, the dates of his kids' birthdays, which are all the same. Like, he's got 3 kids who are all born on the same day.
Born same day.
His wife, the day he met his wife, when they got married, like all this kind of stuff is all under here, which I think is really cool.
That's really cool.
And then the same kind of like you got the date down the back. It's just a really cool little thing.
Yeah.
I'm confident that these were made for the purpose of like press. They were made for photos and various things like that. So that obviously they could get him his pair and then they could use these for pictures and such like. And I have a pair, and a combination of the pure joy that these bring me while looking at them and the custom nature of them makes these an easy pick for my top 3. And these are my number 3.
Nice.
Do we want to answer Chris's question down here before we move on?
Well, I'll go for Clippies first. So Clippies, in terms of performance and what it feels great to play in, Speedflow Plus, good shout out, the laceless one. Vapor 13, and then the Wave Cup. That's easy. And then
that is, I have a lot of love for the Vapor 13, so I think that's a very solid list.
I think I definitely switched to Speedflow and the Vapor 13. How do the ASICs run size-wise? They run half size long.
Unless you're buying the
Across.
Do not buy the Across half size down.
Do not do that.
I did that.
You will destroy your feet.
Error.
I also did that.
So yeah, nice. half size down for everything apart from the Across. Don't do that. Okay, your number 2, Andrew.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
These are
so I was expecting these to be on the list, but I was actually expecting the Hummels to be higher.
But yeah, these are just fantastic. The only downside of this boot is that the heel could fit tighter. Everything else is just about perfect. There's a reason why me, J Mike, Noah all consider this the GOAT. It's just so good. This sole plate shouldn't work as well as it does. It's amazing.
I've never understood that sole plate. It doesn't make any sense.
It does not make any sense. It is superb on every surface at any time. Just, fantastic boots.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Here we go.
Found it interesting. Noah said true size. Okay, so
I noticed
Noah
that.
has a wide foot, and I think that is what accentuates for that.
Also, so what I will say is that I think as well, for like the X5 Pro 3, I'm still delighted I went half size down, but I think that there is marginally less room because of the anatomical shaping than there was in the previous synthetic leather variation as well. So I think that is probably part of it as well. So I do understand the compulsion to go true to size, and I think if you are unsure and you're worried about it, you won't be upset if you get true to size. Like, it's not going to be bad. But for me, the half down is like the most perfect fit, most perfect fit. So okay, my number 2, while DJ rants about your boots in the comments there, my number 2 is these. So these are my Luca Toni Stadio Potenzas. There's only 50 pairs of these made ever, technically. So there's only 50 retail pairs made of these. So these were made for a special, I can't remember the name of it now, but there was essentially a special project that Luca Toni was part of, which was designed to get kids into sport, basically, get kids into football. And he was championing this, and Lotto partnered with him on it, and they made pairs of these and gave them out to school kids, basically. So there's probably a good number of these around that belonged to school kids that have probably worn them, battered them, like they've thrown them away or whatever, because they got these free Stadio Potenzas. Then on top of that, they released 50 pairs to the general public at retail, which is obviously what these are. And I have, if anybody who's watching this and doesn't know, I don't know how you don't know, I have a bit of a soft spot for Lotto. I like Lotto boots. I think this boot is excellent. Like, the actual synthetic Stadio Potenza is a really nice boot, and I think just to have this is very, very cool, especially with there only being 50 of them. I've toyed with selling these so many times because I have had offers and things, and I've never done it. So you have to catch me at a moment when I really need the cash. But yeah, that's number 2 on my list. We got Chris's Footy Kicks down there with
Matthews
his
as well.
Oh, sorry, I'm mine are all
Matthews,
messed up. You do, Matt.
Bread Pulse DB Dragon, great pick. Tiempo Legend 2 White Black Silver, that's a great pick. Power Swerve White Black Red, another great pick.
Fantastic. And then Chris, number 3, he's got a pair of red Kaisers. Okay, cool. Number 2, blue Superfly 1s, and number 1, his gold Adlers, which you can't really be too upset about that. So I left my Adlers off this list deliberately because I've had them on the channel so many times that I was like, I'm not going to. But
it's funny you say that, because my number 1, I had to be.
Amazing.
Yeah, I've talked about these till I'm blue in the face. They're fantastic.
I actually gave them recently too. So good.
So ridiculous. Are they perfect? No. But having a custom boot,
you just check cost every single time.
So,
easy.
As I just said, I did leave my Adlers off the list purely because I feel like I bring them out every single week and I show you them every single week. So I decided not to do it.
You get to see it more.
Yeah. So my custom Adlers are probably number 1. They're probably my most special boot in my collection because they're custom designed for me, with my personalization on them. I chose the coloring. I chose I got the build. You don't get to do that. Like, that's very, very special. So realistically, they're number 1. But I deliberately didn't bring them because I felt like there was only so many times I could show the same boots on the channel and people be surprised. Having said that, I do have another boot that I literally showed last week as my number 1, which is these, which nobody would also be surprised about. Which is my my rose gold Rose Lavelles, released in very, very limited quantities, barely released at all. Actually, the actual release of them, I think, was a bit of a shambles. And you kind of had to get them from basically you almost had to be gifted them in order to have them. And I had to, the amount of people I chased to get a pair of these, you would not believe. Yeah, only released in her size, very, very few pairs of them around, and I absolutely adore the boots. And I think a very cool thing to have, and something that not a lot of people do have, which is these. Having said that, saying not a lot of people do have them, I know another person in this country that has a pair, because Noelle has a pair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as you would expect. Like, yeah.
Sub 3, Neo 4, Morelia Neo 4 Beta, Expleet, the Speed Flow, number 2, and number 1, the Phantom Venom.
Yeah,
Great
Sub
picks.
does love a Phantom Venom. I love how much Sub loves the Phantom Venom.
Collection, Phantom Ultra, Mastery 2, Superfly 32K CR7.
Oh,
I don't care about that series.
Oh, that's a cool boot to
that's
have.
some good picks.
Nice.
Samuel Phillips, number 1, Pred 24 Elite. Recency bias. No, I'm just kidding. Great boots. Vapor 15, Copa Mundial.
Solid.
Hi, Justin. Love you too.
What's up, Justin?
Morelia knocked them off my top 3. Wow.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
There we go. So I'm really enjoying the F50 Elite at the moment. Yeah. Good boot.
Now,
Very good
I was going to tell you this just to kind of like say we could have one honorable mention.
Oh, go on.
So for me, it's got to be the Scudetto. This is my 3rd pair. I like when I was doing the long-term review, like as soon as I put them on my feet, because I had like more than a 3-hour session on Wednesday. As soon as I put them on my feet, I was like, oh my god! Every time I put them on, it's like, okay. I remember why I love them so much.
Yeah, they are fantastic football boots. Like so unbelievably good. Like, and you said recency bias there, but I honestly think that like a few of the guys there, and I love it, have done like a collection choice of a top 3 and also a play-in to choice of a top 3. Cool. And it's very, very smart. Sorry, pardon me. And I think almost for a play-in top 3 of what I have currently in the collection, they would probably make my list along with the X-Fly Pro 3, both very, very recent boots.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's and the Nemesis might be my 3 for like a to play in boot of what's in the collection.
I think one of the things that's nice between the Scudetto and the X-Fly Pro 3 is like I think those are 2 very good boots to have in the bag because they offer 2 different things that both have great performance.
Absolutely.
Justin, Rotero, naturally. Laser 4.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Vapor 8. Another great call.
As much as we criticize your takes sometimes, Justin, that is a lovely list. So DJ, how did you go sizing with them? I heard they were narrow, but must say half size up in my boats. Do they right? So I think that it is a misconception that the Scudetto runs narrow. I don't think that's accurate. I think the Scudetto has a narrower fit, but because of the way it's built, will accommodate most foot types.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Like I think to say it runs narrow is something that a lot of people have thought and said because there's been debate over sizing and because of the way they look. But I think they can accommodate a lot of foot types. And for sizing, if you do have the wider foot, definitely go for the half size up, I would say.
Yep.
And I personally am still recommending, I think you're the same, I'm still recommending to like 99% of people to go half size up. Because that's going to be the most comfortable fit for you. But if you want that super lovely, close, tight, beautiful spray on fit, half down is wonderful. But you have to want spray on fit and like a lot of tightness to go half down, but you can absolutely do it. Like it is definitely possible. I have 100%. I have one pair half up and one, we're not half down like your regular size, so I have 1 pair half up and 1 pair my regular size.
Shin, I'm sorry, I would pronounce your name as good as I've gotten it. pronouncing Japanese names. I am terrible at pronouncing Korean names. Sombin, maybe. Number 1, Morelia 2 30th Anniversary Edition. Solid choice.
Nice.
That is a deep cut, but is a solid choice. That white silver was fantastic. Because it was even softer than the regular Morelia. Number 2, OG F50, the 2004. Great choice.
Speaks to your heart, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does. Number 3, White Gold Vapor 3s. Another great choice because
you guys need to be friends.
Yeah. We do talk quite a bit, to be fair.
There you go.
Well, they best make an 11.5. Stop forgetting about the big boys. Scudetta or Alpha 2? Scudetta.
Scudetta. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you put everything together. This is an awesome boot. This is an awesome boot. Retail wise, these are more than like 100 pounds cheaper.
Yeah.
And yet the performance is not that different. And this has a softer upper.
The Scudetta, if you do the especially if you do the recycle scheme,
if you do the recycle
is
program,
cheaper than an elite level Mizuno Alpha 2.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's almost
mad.
These are almost half the price.
Yeah.
With that program. So
they're both fantastic boots. You will enjoy both, but save yourself 150 euros and buy the 160 euros and buy the Scudetta.
Yeah, just get the Scudetta, honestly. DJ to play in. Oh, sorry, Nino Canito. Mizuno Morelia 2, Ladio Stadio 1, Umbro Speciale. Very classic, very lovely choices. DJ to play in. Hypervenom 3, Speedflow 1, Addy Zero Leather Toe Box Purple, but the lines were red to make me think of one time as a bright yellow. Oh, yeah.
There we go. I'm sorry, I was just trying to read Sam Phillips's message there and work it out all at the same time. My brain couldn't compute, so I'm going to read it and then try and work it out. So, am I the only one who thinks white knit, the Puma Ultra Ultimate, is rather bad? I don't like how wide it is, and
No, I haven't tried the new Puma Ultra.
You've lost me, but I think the Ultra Ultimate is fantastic, and it is on the wider side though. I think it's great. Anyway, sorry. That green Scudetta is a polarizing colorway, but I think it's amazing. Yeah. Matt has much love for your Scudetta. Like I do think it's polarizing, but it is rather lovely.
Yeah, I think it's. Ooh, number the boots. They numbered the damn boots.
Oh, I didn't know they'd done that.
The boots. They have numbered the boots.
Now I want a pair.
Exactly. I was like, maybe I'll skip these, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they're numbered.
I didn't know they were numbered.
People complain about all the time. Just number the boots.
How did I miss that?
They numbered the boots. Oh my god.
Hold on a second. I'm just going on.
I'm
literally going on Unisport Store right now to see what's left.
Everything's left. These are extremely polarizing. I love these. I don't know why I love them. I absolutely love them.
Oh god. Whoa, now I need a pair. I'm so easily swayed by things that are numbered.
I know, right? It's 350
I'm a ridiculous
per size.
human being.
No, they're just not selling that well, unfortunately. Rich, Legend 7 Art in Gold, great shout.
Oh,
Adler
lovely.
Yarshu, thank you. Laser 2, you know what? I can absolutely understand the Laser 2. Laceless top 5 from Sam.
Oh,
F50
go on.
Plus, Predator 24 Elite, F50 laceless. Yeah, all sizes still available. Yeah, I mean, it was always going to be like that, I think.
For sure. But like, if you look at, I've said this before about New Balance. So New Balance is a much bigger company than Sakito is, and New Balance does limited edition runs through Unisport very frequently. Like, I've forgotten the name of it, but you know the one last year that was green and had like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ribbons
yeah.
running through it, right?
Yeah.
I think there was only 300 pairs of those, and
Uh-huh.
they sat for
A
ages.
while.
Like
Yeah.
you could get those until they went into fairly deep discount.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember the name of them because I
Yeah.
reckon I could find them right now, and they
Probably.
would still be
Yeah.
like they would probably still be on the Unisport website.
And the thing that's kind of frustrating about this is I want more brands to do this.
Yeah.
More specialization, less general releases.
There we go.
This
Wasn't
is
that
the
hard to
route
find?
that you should go down. Yeah.
So that pair was the synced pack, and the sizing is still available in pretty much everything apart from a 9, a 10, and an 11. And this is, I know obviously New Balance isn't Nike or Puma, but we are talking about a brand that there was only 250 pairs. So we're talking about an established football boot brand with a boot that, so the previous generation Furon that got wildly rave reviews, that now have these boots at 180 euros instead of 245 euros, which is what they came out at. And they still have the majority of sizes left. So I'm not surprised that the Sakito ones aren't flying off the shelves, because an established brand like New Balance with an established speed boot is also not flying off the shelves. And those have been on the website for at least a year now. So, which is like I think you were making a good point there. It's a shame because we want brands to do this, like specialist, small drops, limit waist, get really interesting stuff out.
Yep.
But it only happens if we buy them.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame. It is what it is. It's going to be
it
like
is
this
indeed.
for a while, I guess.
Sorry,
Curious with limited boots. Is there any you really wanted but missed out on for your collection? I'm sure if I thought long enough, I could find one.
I think I said this. Go on.
Surprising, a very surprising one for me. This will shock you. Those Korea Vapor 13s.
Korea Vapor 13s.
I absolutely love those. If someone finds those for a decent price and a US 8.5, I will re-review the Vapor 13. Not a Superfly, the Vapor. I will absolutely re-review them.
And the worst thing is, I used to own a pair. Admittedly, not your size. Mine were US 8, but I did own a pair. I sold them. I sold them for a lot of money, to be fair. I got a silly... Oh, hold on. There we go.
Stop killing your feed.
Yeah, it's my feet, actually. I keep kicking my feed. It's a silly... somebody offered me... Like, I didn't even put them up for sale. Somebody offered me silly money for them. Like, silly money. And I couldn't say no. So I was like, okay, fine.
I mean,
away they go.
That's kind of like the way it is. It's like technically everything's for sale if you get the right offer.
Yeah, like... I'm sat here telling you that like these are like, you know, my number one boot in my collection, and yet if somebody offered me enough money, I would sell them. It would have to be a lot of money.
My friend's kid no longer plays with her. She transferred to the Houston Dash.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Still knows her.
Yeah, still knows her. Still friends.
Yeah, still friends. Guys like the Accuracy 0.1, great channel, by the way. Thank you. Accuracy, I like how wild it was.
So. Yeah, I don't dislike the Accuracy. I just don't love it. Like there's... Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. I wouldn't be... If somebody handed me a pair and was like, you need to go and play a game in them, I'd be like, okay, fine, no problems. But I didn't love it. I didn't spend a lot of time with it in either, to be honest with you.
Need to get my hands on those gold Adlers like Chris. The gold drop standard color, I wouldn't hesitate. I spent way too much recently to splash 350 on custom Adlers. Fair.
That's fair. That's fair.
Julio, Boot Maniac, top 3 to play in. Mizuno Morelia 2. Mizuno Alpha 1. Under Armour Magnetico Pros. But lately, the Vapor 16 has been taken number 1. Fair. Can't wait for you to review them to slag them off. Hey, man, if that happens, that's what happens. Sam Fittip's top 3 fitting for me. F50 Plus, Superfly 4, F50 Elite. Recency stuff. Yeah, DJ, you should have gotten those Ignitus remakes. Come on.
Yeah, DJ, you buy all kinds of stuff, man.
God. Come on. Jesus Football. Adidas Predator Instinct Hunt Pack. That's
nice.
A great choice.
Nice.
Wild. I see Adidas Predator Instinct Crazy Light, another great one. UA Speedform CRM,
Yes.
the powered
Yes.
pink. That
Yes.
is wild.
Such a good boot. Like the speed form and the clutch fit
Mhm.
Force 3 specifically.
Yeah.
Like I think it was marketing at the time. Like Under Armour was a mess for a while with this kind of stuff, but
Mhm.
like the speed form and the clutch fit Force 3, incredible football boots. The Blur
Mhm.
Carbon 3, another good football boot that just fell on their ass and did nothing. And I swear
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Under Armour's fault for just messing it up. But like they had some really good stuff. Like if anybody can find a pair of clutch fits, there's a few around.
Yeah, they are.
Boots for a Ton has them for sale at the moment for like 60 quid
Yeah.
if they're your size. Just look at the tech. Those are really clever
There's
football
a lot
boots.
of tech on them.
That's
Yeah.
a very clever football
But the
boot.
problem is they had too much crossover with their American football boots.
Maybe.
They weren't like they're too similar. There was no like division between the two.
Yeah.
Richard Wyatt, 10 minutes behind the live, but top 3. Silver Predator Precision 2. It's a great shout.
Nice.
Number 2, Adler Yadigarshu. Love it. Number 1, Mizuno, blah, blah. Jeez.
Try again.
Mizuno Ignitus 2 KH, the Keisuke Honda that I'm trying to sell both of right now.
I was going to say, you've got a couple of pairs of those for sale, I believe.
I do have a couple of pairs of those for sale. So,
Boot Maniac,
yeah,
also underrated speed form. Yeah. Like, TJ, I think I
Ooh.
buy boots, they arrive, and I'm like, right, time to go.
2 on my collection, top 3. Thoughts?
I can't see it, Clippy. It doesn't exist.
Chris's Footy Kicks, I still have a pair of leather toe 90 laser ones and the OG CTR 360 black red. Those CTRs, be careful. They fall apart. That first colorway falls apart super easily. And it only gets worse with age.
I just had a thought. I didn't say, like, we were talking about limited boots we didn't get, and I did have an answer, and then we got distracted. And I don't know why it just came back to me there. Again, I think I said this last week. The Alex Morgan Venoms.
Yeah.
Alex Morgan Phantom. There's only 100 pairs. And you had to be like in a store in America to get them at the time they released. Like, wasn't going to happen. But anyway, that's my
Billy PDL 24 CTR 362 Elite, great shout. Leather T93 Elite. I mean, I could see it. Asics X-Fly 5 SC. Great.
Yes, what a boot.
Haven't worn my Wave Cup SS yet. What do you do?
Get them on the pitch, man.
Oh, Cliffy, that's a great choice. Blackout Leather Puma V106. Those were fun to play in. Yellow Laser
V106 is great. Nice.
Another fun one. And the gold Mizuno UL Morelia Ultralight. Great choices.
Beautiful.
Would buying an MIJ Mizuno actually be good value per wear given their improved build quality? I would argue yes, but also go through Tokyo Football. They'll be way cheaper.
Yeah.
Don't buy them in the US or Europe. Go through Tokyo Football. They ship worldwide. Prices are way better.
Yeah. Also, you say here, would the sole plate wear down at the same rate as other boots? So, in terms of something wearing down, they're not gonna come apart. They're gonna have good durability. Mm-hmm. But if you're talking about the literal studs wearing down, there is no difference in the actual material that's been used. So that's not going to make any difference. But your chances of actually having any durability defects and stuff are reduced because of the build quality. But the studs are going to wear at the same rate.
Those T90s scored a lot of goals. Oh yeah. We're going to talk about the TLSS Tactician that went up on Tokyo Football.
Yeah.
Yeah, those look great. I would give them a shot. I need to sell some stuff before I pick those up, but yeah, I'm looking to pick those up. Interestingly, apparently they're going to launch in Japan with made in Japan models.
I heard this. I did also hear this.
Tactician will get a made in Japan model. So one Tokyo Football has, I don't think is made in Japan, but
it's not. I can confirm that it's not.
That MG plate, I don't think will be available on the Japan models. So if you want the MG plate, I would give those a shot. TLSS are very tech forward.
So if anybody's
really good.
if anybody's interested and can see these two boxes right here. So this is a photo I got sent from Tokyo Football. This is a pair of the striker and then the laceless striker, which is the Libero. Is that the laceless one?
Mhm.
Probably
Think
says in the
so.
box. Yes, Libero. So the striker 0.711 and Libero 0.65. That picture there is of my boots. So I have obviously not the leather ones, they're the synthetics.
Mhm.
So I have a pair of each of the one of the laceless, one of the laced synthetics coming to me via Tokyo Football. I don't know if he's officially selling them, but I think if you
Yes,
really
he is.
want them, drop him a DM. He would definitely get them for
Well,
you.
the tactician he brought in, he's officially selling them
Yeah,
now.
the tactician he definitely is for sure. I'm
I
not
think
sure about the
other ones-
synthetics
yeah,
yet.
I think the other ones, if you annoy him enough, you might be able
Oh
to do
yeah,
it.
I think if you drop him a message, be like, "Oh, can you get me
Yeah.
the striker or whatever?" Then,
Yeah.
but I think most people will want the K leather ones anyway.
So we'll take a last couple of comments.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hold up to play in if we're talking about scoring goals. My best ever season was in the original Nitro Charges. Yeah. Craig Bryson hat trick. That's a limited boot I regret not getting. They auctioned off his hat trick boots for charity.
no
For his
way.
hat trick against Forest. Yeah. He signed them, he double signed them and everything.
Nice.
They didn't go for that much either. They were like cheaper than a regular boot.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
Like I was looking recently at it's a football shirt, is a shirt actually. So and they didn't go for that much. I toyed with getting one, but Lungby, which is essentially the Danish team I support from when I was there, for anybody who doesn't know, and they did basically a charity football shirt that they wore, which was like a mash of all different kind of shirts and colors from the charity and things like that. It was amazing. And then they auctioned off all of the jerseys from the players that played in that game, and some of them went for about the price of just buying a normal jersey.
Versus
Versus
like they did that for the Japan national team for boots and everything.
Mm.
And they even got one of the guys who wore Adler for years, who just retired a couple of years ago, they auctioned off a pair of his custom Adlers, and even those went for I think 800 euros. Yeah.
There's
People
sometimes
do not mess around when it comes to charity stuff, and anything involving the Japan national team. Like a pair of match worn gloves, I think went for 1,000 euros.
Damn.
Not even mentioning the kits hitting 2K.
Sheesh. No, I see loads of this stuff, but I never have the money, and I'm always like, it's kind of stuff that sometimes I think I would love to get as a collector. So, for example, I recently had the opportunity to buy the Wayne Rooney Hypervenom 2s, like the 2.5s.
Yeah.
And they weren't an obscene price. They were probably about the right price for what they should be to try and find a pair. And I could have bought them, and I didn't because my immediate thought is if I buy those, I don't have the money to review this, and this.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically kind of what happened with these. So.
Yeah, it's
sometimes just gotta do it.
Yeah, I love reviewing and I love the channel and things like that, but sometimes I am a little bit
you realize after a while, there's so many boots you wouldn't have spent money on.
Some that I wouldn't have spent, that I wouldn't have spent money on, and then some that I would have spent money on, but I didn't because I was spending money on other stuff, so that I could actually, get the review in. Yeah. Should we go through the last of the chat? If you have any questions, drop them in now. If you have your top threes, throw them in now, and we will go through what's in the chat, and that will be us for this evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Clippy, so I have a brand new pair of the black leather V106, not even my size, bring them out to look at them. Great.
Nice.
Top 3 fun boots. F50 Plus.
The F50 Plus. Sam Phillips really loves the F50 Plus.
Loves that F50 Plus. Hypervenom Phantom 1. Nice. Which ball would you choose? Current Premier League or Champions League ball? Champions League ball. And James will say
current Premier League ball, yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. Top 3 best deals you've ever found that would seem impossible. These retailed for 300 euro and I got them for 21. I found a pair of when I first started working at a store, there was 3 pairs of the Dragon Beckham Pulses being sold for $65 a piece. And I mean, I got my Zero Gravities for $100, so yeah,
pretty good. These cost me €100
Yeah.
and just made my top 3
yeah,
boots
yeah.
in my collection. So those cost me €100. My custom Kira Walsh GX1s cost me €90, something like that. So pro custom match worn GX1s, €90, I reckon. And what else have I got? The only one that stuck in my head is because I posted about it earlier today, and I'm not sure it's like an impossible deal because I don't think it would have been that in demand, but I only paid €30 for my Nikita Paris Pro
Yeah, those are
Custom
cool.
Puma Ultras. So I've got a pair of the leather front Puma Ultras that were match prepped for Nikita Paris. And yeah, I think I paid €30 for those.
That's a hell of a deal.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. They just.
Would you guys ever do a first review? Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
Cutting you off.
Hey.
Versus old versus new. Do not know what you mean.
Yeah, do you mean like the previous boot versus the new boot, or like what do you mean, DJ? We don't understand. We're confused. We're easily confused. It's early where Andrew is, and it's late where I am.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and I'm like, I've gotta get going in a minute too.
And obviously I know clocks have changed for a lot of people. So and then the clocks change for me at the end of the month on the 30th. So
back to 7 a.m. podcast.
Back to 7 a.m. podcasts for Andrew.
Look forward to seeing me even more groggy. Everybody in the minute loves
nostalgia.
Okay.
I'm still
confused.
Get
what you mean. So meaning like how boots from then versus boots from now.
Did we not do that?
I think we kind of did that.
I think we did that. I think there's a podcast
or
on
maybe
that.
he's talking about specific boots.
Anyways, that's us done for the day, ladies and gentlemen. DJ, drop us a DM.
Much shorter. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I think in general we might try and keep the podcast a little bit shorter where we can. Purely because once the podcast starts to run over like an hour and 15, it is notable that less people view it on the rewatch. So we will try and keep them a little bit shorter for you. But thank you very much to everybody for joining us today.
Appreciate it. Thanks for sharing your top threes.
Yes, we love hearing your top threes. If you're watching this on the edited version, go and drop your top 3 in the comments. Head over to Lockhart Boot Blog on both Instagram and his actual blog. And of course, get subscribed to the Boot Wizard channel and like this video. And then with that absolute ham-fisted end, that is the end. Chris's Funny Kicks has upgraded his membership. Whoop, 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 whoop. If you want to become a member, please do. It's very appreciated. There's some great discounts for you on grip socks. Some mad discounts, actually. The Advantage grip socks that I reviewed recently is 10% for everybody, but members get 25%. That's how much better your discount is. Because I'm good like that. Anyway, it's lovely to see you all. Thank you very much, guys. And we will chat to you all next week where we've got a special guest. We have a special guest next week. Woo! Bye!
Actually offline.